how time functions, maybe. You know, I'd like to say whether or not people have souls, but I kind of think that everyone's just like a biological organism governed by how their brain has adapted to like making the best choices for themselves. So, yeah, maybe about time. Time in the universe, of course, like maybe more to do with black holes.
That's a difficult question. I think lots of the biggest mysteries, sometimes there's stuff that we as humans just cannot comprehend. That's kind of above our pay grade. Like some of the biggest questions in life are kind of like the ants crawling along the ground trying to understand it's in Kyiv, much less in Europe. I think for me it would be smaller mysteries, like why music and art from completely different cultures that had no communication with each other hundreds, thousands of years ago seem to correlate with each other and mix with each other, and what that means for the human ethos and how they were connected even when they actually weren't literally.
Okay, this is it, coconuts. How come we have water in coconuts? That is something I would like to know. Because it's just really funny. It's just really funny. You break coconut and then you just see water inside. How did it happen? Who put the water inside? It's a mystery.
Maybe who killed JFK? Because it's there's so many conspiracies about that and nobody really knows. Oh, they just think it might have been the mafia who killed him or the government. It would just be interesting to know who did it eventually.
Who shot JFK? It's not the greatest mystery, but it's the first thing that comes to mind. Yes.
I think one of the greatest mysteries is there are a lot of great religious mysteries, and I think to know, like for example, was Jesus Christ really the Son of God, or was he a person who was a prophet, or Muhammad? So these things where people have based centuries of actions, of wars, of prejudice against other people. I love to be able to go back in time and say, ha, you're living a lie, or yes, this is really true.
Mystery of the Loch Ness Monster and Stonehenge. It's quite interesting. People tend to believe, the archaeologists have suggested that the intention of that complex was to observe the sky and to sort of have like a certain calendar. It would be nice to know what exactly it served for, and that this is probably interesting. Solstice Day is on the 21st of June, and there are so many cultures which celebrate it. And Stonehenge, as far as I remember, this year they're going to go live and you could watch it online. So it's quite an interesting event.
Well, when I was younger, I used to read a lot of books about pyramids across the world and sunken civilizations and old civilizations. So the answers to how these sort of civilizations lived and did things that we're struggling to do sort of now. So, for example, how did the Romans build roads so well? They invented a form of concrete back in the day. So a lot of these sort of ancient civilizations, we just know they existed. And it'd be quite nice to know a little bit more about them.